Hello, I'm Mathew, and welcome to a session on Introduction to Machine Learning. In this video, I'm going to talk about our new offering, Basics of Machine Learning using Python. As we all know that we are going through very difficult times, it's very important that we acquire some skill sets which are really relevant to in the current market and which will stay in demand for quite some time. So machine learning is one such sought after skill set which is highly in demand and which will stay in demand for some time now. And it is estimated by 2022, the market worth of artificial intelligence will be around $18 billion. So will be the requirement for machine learning experts. So let me talk a bit about this course. This course is specifically designed to accommodate learners with no background to statistics or programming. Right. So this course will help you to build a very strong foundation in statistics and Python programming, which are really required for you to become a machine learning expert, right? So before I delve into the details, let me give you some definitions, right, of what is data science, what is artificial intelligence, what is deep learning, neural network, and the connection between these terms. Okay, so let's look into the next slide where I'm going to talk about how we can define data science. So to me, data science is a combination of three things: math, statistics, programming, which is computer programming, and then obviously business expertise. These three things are really required for you to become a good data scientist. Okay, so once you have these three things, skill sets, that you have comfortable with maths and statistics, and you have sufficient knowledge in programming, and then obviously you know your domain, then that means you have actually acquired this data science skill set. So now let's look at how these skill sets are interlinked, right? It's very critical that we understand that. And to put a small definition for each of these things, right? It could be what is data science, how is it connected to ML, and then what's deep learning, and eventually what is AI. So data science, I've already explained to you. So machine learning is a combination of machine and data science, right? So the data science techniques, what we have just discussed, will be utilized by a machine on the data what we provide, and that machine is going to give us some results. It could be predictions, right? What you are interested in. And machine learning, there are three different types of algorithms. One is a supervised algorithm, the other one is unsupervised algorithm, and the final one is reinforced algorithm. So unsupervised and supervised, as the name says, one is supervised and you provide data to the computer or to the machine, and the data will have some reference of how the output should look like. So once the machine creates its output, that's going to compare with the output what we provide and ensure that it has got some good learning scores, and finally finalize on the model what to be used. And in unsupervised, the difference is that we will not provide a reference point. All we will do is just give a bunch of data with the factors, and the machine will figure out a way how to learn that and then gives us some results based on the inputs what we are given. Reinforced learning is slightly different from both of these, where you will provide the data and you will let the machine to figure out all possible paths to reach the destination, and finally the machine will choose which one is the most efficient or the effective path to reach the destination, right? And popular tools what we use for machine learning are Python and R and SAS, right? And Python is really high in demand now. Okay, so how is it connected to deep learning? Deep learning, well, is an extension of machine learning, right? So it uses artificial neural network, which is something similar to the neurons in our body. It takes in the data what we give, processes it, and gives the output in terms of decisions. Like the way we give information to our neurons, neurons will make decisions and we will act accordingly, or we will respond to a particular situation. Same thing, right? So typical applications of deep learning, one is image recognition, the other one is natural language processing, right, which we call as text analytics, where we use it for document prioritization, word summarization, so on and so forth. So deep learning is an extension of machine learning, as I told you. So now what is artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is actually the umbrella. It's the superset of everything, where we will empower the machine to take decision on their own, right? So as the name suggests, it's mimicking the human intelligence, right? A machine is trying to mimic the human intelligence. So that's something called as artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence will leverage data science, machine learning, deep learning, everything what we just spoke about to mimic the human being, right? That's typically the differentiation between these three. So now let's get into the details of what we are going to cover in this course, right? So let's talk about that for a minute. So the topics what we are planning to discuss in this, obviously we will cover statistics to what is required for machine learning, Python basics, how to build a programming, basics required for that will be learned. And then we move on to regression, simple linear regression and multiple linear regression for prediction or interpolation. And then that's followed with logistic regression, which is a module or an algorithm which we use to classify the outputs, right? And then few other classification algorithms, namely decision tree and random forest. We'll learn each of these techniques separately, and we'll try and understand what are the merits and the demerits of it. Then we will get into unsupervised machine learning. Clustering we will cover, how we will cluster a few observations and give a prediction to it. K-means clustering is something what we will discuss and learn, followed by principal component analysis, which can be applied in the above situations on all the algorithms as factor reduction. We will learn that in detail. And then time series forecasting, very, very informative and very, very useful. And especially the ARIMA model, auto-regressive integrated moving average, right? Then we will spend some time in learning the recommendation algorithm, which is really important and which is high in demand, right? We all watch Netflix and YouTube. So at some point in time, Netflix will start recommending you the type of videos you may want to watch. And that is using the recommendation algorithm, which is very powerful. And then we will get ourselves introduced to NLP, natural language processing, typically on text analytics, how we do it. And finally, we will see how all these algorithms can be put into production, right? So that's how I'm planning this course. And this course will cover the end-to-end aspects of how to become a good machine learning engineer, okay? So now let's move on and see what are the must-haves or prerequisites, what is really required, and what is the minimum requirement for you to start this course and bring it to completion. One is definitely you got to have a laptop or a desktop. Obviously, if it is a powerful one, it's better because we are all talking about computing power here. So powerful machines will give faster results. And obviously, you need to have an admin right to that system to install Anaconda or Jupyter Notebook in the system. Operating systems preferably more than Windows 10 or above. And obviously you will have basic computer handling skills, and I'm just being very explicit here. So any person who is watching this video will have all these 4 skill sets. So this course is actually designed in such a way that anybody can attend this course and make use of it. And some of the good to haves, basic statistics knowledge, if you have, it's going to be an advantage because you will be a fast learner in there. But we are going to move in such a pace that, we will take everybody on same page. We will consider that every participant has no exposure to statistics, and we will assume that no participant has any exposure to Python programming, and we will build the basics from there. So that by the end of the speed, we will get everybody on the same page and same level, right? And delighter is obviously if you have got some previous experience in terms of how to do business analytics using R or Python, that is going to be really a delighter. But our course, in this course, what I need is the must-haves, right? If you have the must-haves, you are more than 100% eligible to attend this course, and you can make the most out of this particular course. Okay, so now let's look at what do you need to do next, right? Which is very important. As I've explained to you in detail what are the topics we will be covering, you just go to the description window. In case if you have got any questions, I have dropped my email there and my phone number. please try and get in touch with me. If you have got any further questions, if you need any further clarifications, please feel free to write or talk to me. And if you are really keen in taking up this course, I have also provided a link in the description area. Just click on that and then nominate yourself for this course so that I'll get in touch with you and I'll explain to you other requirements, schedules, and the fees for this course, and we can have a good discussion there. So hope you like this video and hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm really looking forward to have you in my classes. Thank you very much.